Hello everybody, this is Wendy Lovejoy, YellowLetterMentoring.com, and today I am so excited. We are in Houston, Texas, and you get to see myself and Duke Elie just give you a few tips on working with a mentor and or sticking out your goals when you're looking at real estate investing as the vehicle for financial freedom. So, Mr. Elie, tell people a little about yourself and where do you rank?
Thank you, Ms. Lovejoy. I'm currently in Southern California. I am responsible for the Yellow Letter Mentoring Program that is in Los Angeles, California. And I am part of the Yellow Letter Mentoring Program, and proudly so.
And can you share, don't you have a meetup or something?
I do actually, and again, thank you for reminding me. I do head the Los Angeles REIA Angels meetup in Los Angeles, and we hope to see you all soon in Los Angeles.
Exactly. And you can connect with him or myself at South Los Angeles Real Estate Investing Meetup. Very easy to find. And again, you'll see me and Duke Elie as the co-chairs of that program. But I'm excited to ask him just a couple of questions. We're not going to make this video long, but we hope it's very helpful. Now, you're doing the Yellow Letter Mentoring. Have you had any challenges, or did you get started as soon as you got the information? What made you get started?
Challenges that I had. One major challenge of the Yellow Letter Mentoring Program was myself. I call it getting out of your own way so you could get started. I procrastinated, and I majored in procrastination. I was looking for that secret. I kept thinking that the Yellow Letter Mentoring Program was just too simple to work in the form that Wendy Lovejoy introduced it to me. As a matter of fact, when I got the list of properties or the area that I was going to farm or send out the letters to, I really was still continually communicating and doing all my communications with Wendy, and I found that I was still waiting for that little thing that was supposed to give me the information that I was looking for, and that's the bad thing about it also. I was basing it based on what I thought I knew. The beauty of the program, you don't have to know anything. You don't have to come in knowing anything about the real estate, come in knowing anything about how the program is supposed to work. And with counseling with Wendy, continually, and thank her tremendously for her patience. She knew I wasn't sending the letters out. To me, that's the biggest thing. Once you get out of your way, write the letters, naturally put them in the envelopes, put a stamp on them, and put them in the mailbox. Within the week, you will get responses, which is what happened for me. So I'm talking from experience.
Yeah, and I'm so grateful that you're sharing that, because a lot of people, when they get started with any type of mentorship, I find this even when I'm teaching people how to build their brand, or when they are learning how to budget their finances with the Money Mastery program, they always think there's something else that I need to tell them before they get started. And I'm just teaching the way I learned, because when I first got into real estate, remember, I knew nothing about it. By the way, this is my brother, okay? So I knew nothing about it. And so if you remember, I was coming from one industry into another, no clue whatsoever. And I thank God for my mentor at the time, Chuck McGill, who took me by his hand and told me step by step. Now, he had 50 other agents in the same office I was in, but I was the one willing to do everything he told me. Because I said, this man has 5 offices, and he's got offices all over Queens and Brooklyn, and he lives in the $2 million, high rise, and not just a condo over the water. So I'm like, he knows something I don't, because at the time I was broke. So I had to listen to him. and I never questioned anything, and I didn't think I needed another step until I walked the step that he gave me. And so that's the thing I tell people, don't think you need all 10 steps. Do the first step.
Right.
And then after you figure that out, you'll get the next step. So what I like about the yellow letter is that we teach you as you go. Right now I have a gentleman who started out with about 50 deals he thought he was going to put in contract. And he just finally got his first contract. And he's about to close it. But the conversations we had and the contracts that had to be changed and, you know, the steps he had to take to do it correctly so that he ends up with some money. I find a lot of people don't focus on that, having that patience. So the other thing I want to ask you, if you were to just get started, like meet somebody who's getting started today, what would you tell them is the thing that you'd want to encourage them to keep doing?
The thing you just touched on as you were just speaking was mentoring. Mm-hmm. You've got a mentor. You've invested in a mentor. And the beauty of it, I've got to say again about you, is that not only are you the mentor, but you actually are doing. So in the process, as you are working with us, you too are doing your business. So you actually confronting, if I can even say that, you are experiencing there aren't pitfalls per se, but things don't always go as you plan. Mm-hmm. What I'd like to say is that also once you've sent those letters out, I think part of the fear that we have is we're going to be confronted with things that we don't understand. Well, you've got the mentor, and the mentor is the one that's going to help you, mm-hmm. give you the words, and the beauty of your program also are the scripts and dialogue.
Exactly.
That is there. And then the seller will give you what the roadblocks are, what the questions are, and you will never get the questions unless you do the first step. The first step to me is always important, again, sending those letters out, but the mentorship and the communication, plugging into the system, plain and simple. If the system, which is the Yellow Letter Mentoring Program and Wendy Lovejoy being the power source, you have to stay plugged in. And when you stay plugged in, you're communicating. And doing communication and counseling, that's when you receive what it is that you do, what it is that you say, and then you go out and say it. Now, once you go ahead and say and overcome that obstacle or that objection, and that's, I think, what's happening. You continually overcoming objections, and each situation is going to present itself. And don't anticipate what the seller is going to say, which is what I did. I was anticipating what's going to happen, but I'm doing that on my own based on the lack of knowledge that I have rather than the professional 22, 25-year plus experience that Wendy Lovejoy had. I mean,
and the good thing is, you know, recently Duke got to see, even with myself, when a seller, things don't go exactly as planned, and they listen to somebody else's advice and decide to not complete what they started out with. So the beauty of that is, even with myself, all deals don't go exactly as planned. But I've learned not to sweat the small stuff. I've learned not to react to the people that just don't listen, or the people that are going to nitpick every single thing. And there's going to be people like that who you're not going to please everybody, but you don't let that person stop you, because I always believe it's the challenges that develop you, not the fact that you fall for, you know, or get caught up in what didn't happen. It's like when something goes wrong, that's when you're developed into the person that can just ride it through and be smooth or look smooth. But, you know, even my clients will say stuff to me like, oh, that doesn't seem to bother you. It's not that it doesn't bother me, but I'm focusing more on where I'm headed, the deals that I'm looking to close, not the one who decided to give up along the way. So we don't fight the people, or I don't want people to believe that just because I'm Wendy Lovejoy and I've got so many deals I've done that it doesn't happen with me. I've had people that have gone that close, and then I thought I was relocating. Now I don't have to relocate. Now the deal stops. Or I'll come back to you later. You always leave the door open, but you don't sweat the negativity. And don't assume that this is a perfect business and there's going to be no challenges. Every superstar in real estate is because they deal with challenges. They deal with the deals that don't go as smoothly a lot better than the people that only can handle the good stuff. The good stuff doesn't develop you. When you go to the gym, it's the heavier weight that develops the muscle, and that's the way I look at it. So I just would encourage people, if you're in the south of Los Angeles area, you want to connect with Duke Elie in South Los Angeles, and look us up on the meetup. And if you're in Virginia or Atlanta or New York, we have a meetup for you. And of course, you can connect with Duke on Facebook. What's your Facebook page?
Duke Elie.
Oh, okay. Duke Elie on Facebook. Just like you can connect with Wendy Lovejoy on Facebook. And I encourage you, listen to this video again. And you got it from two people that just want to see you succeed. My name is Wendy Lovejoy. This is my brother and business partner in the real estate investing California side. We're looking to get really, really involved with you guys there. But again, my name is Wendy Lovejoy. You can connect with both of us at the yellowlettermentoring.com website, and you can like Wendy Lovejoy Coaching. You can also connect with me at Wendy Williams Lovejoy on Facebook. Duke Elie, anything else you want to share before we get out of here?
Just going back to it, there's no reason you shouldn't check this out. And more than anything else, the mentoring program is second to none.
Bye, everybody.
See you.